Hi. So, are you at a point in your sim racing career where you're lacking 2 seconds or maybe 1.5 seconds of lap time compared to the alien lap times? And are you wondering if it's even possible for you to ever reach that lap time? Well, having been there before, I just wanted to share my 2 cents so you can relax, knowing that yes, you will. It takes a lot of time and it takes a lot of practice. And even me telling you this, yes, I have reached laps like that before from pro sim racers, albeit they do it more consistently than me, but as we're speaking, I'm building up the consistency as well to be able to do fast lap times without me even thinking about it. Back to you now. So, you're at a point where you're probably searching for answers in the internet, wondering if there's like a secret trick that you can use to improve on your pace, or if it's even possible to improve on your pace, if maybe the other people are just more talented than you, or if it just takes for you to practice endlessly on the sim and you don't have enough time to practice that much. I'm here to tell you that no, none of these things are important. All it takes is dedication and you practicing properly. What I mean properly, I mean you should practice with purpose. What are you trying to gain from each time that you're practicing in the sim? If you're just practicing with the only goal in mind being, I just need to do 80 laps today, and the day after that, and the day after that, then you will not see progress. You're just checking a box saying that, yes, I've done what I needed to do today. Because probably what you're doing is what some people suggest online and even in real life, because I've had experience with that in real life too. All you need to do to be faster is just drive. No thought behind this statement, you just need to drive more. While there is truth to this point, I believe a better way to practice is to practice with purpose. So, let me explain what this is. What I mean by this is you need to understand what you're doing wrong and start to correct it. Now that's easier said than done, but I'm here to tell you that all the things that you need to know are already out in the open. You can search the internet and you can find a lot of answers. What I would suggest is you should learn to never overheat your tires. Now I've made a whole video regarding this when I first realized how important this is, because a lot of people, including myself, kind of already know this, that yeah, oversteering and understeering is not a good thing for the tires. But because it's so obvious, I don't think people really pay much attention to it. And I can guarantee you right now, you are understeering or oversteering, or both. So, what I want you to do next time you go to the sim, I want you to really focus on what the car's doing. Even if it's slight, are you slightly understeering? Are you slightly oversteering? You're doing one of the two. Or you're super slow and you're not carrying enough speed at all, so then you're not feeling anything. But that probably wouldn't be the case if you're 2 seconds off the pace. So you're probably over pushing at this point. If you want actual progress, actual improvement, you need to start actually pinpointing what you're doing wrong. Look at telemetry. Feel the force feedback from your wheel. Just notice when you're understeering, notice when you're oversteering. Look where it is, and then find ways to avoid doing that, whether that's by braking earlier, braking later, braking softer, releasing your brakes earlier, releasing your brakes slower. There are so many different ways that you can approach your driving technique, your driving style, and I guarantee that one of those ways is the way to do it. But I won't say which one it is because it's completely different for each individual. So if you just need to practice purposely, how many hours do you need to put in this thing? Now if you've seen other videos of mine, you will see that I've done like 2,000 laps to try to gain this lap time. Now I don't want to go into too much detail. That's how much time it took for me to reach the lap time that I had as a goal from a pro sim racer. But even those 2,000 laps, I actually did them really slowly. I was practicing maybe 30 minutes to 1 hour each day. Sometimes if I felt more motivated, I would practice for an hour or two. But I would say the average for me would be 45 minutes. That's not a lot. And I'm pretty sure you hear a lot of people say, yeah, you need to practice for 2 to 3 hours every day if you want to improve and stuff like that. That's not necessarily bad, but something that you want to keep in mind if you're going to go that route is you'd want to keep yourself in check in terms of burnout, because it's really easy when you have a goal and you're seeing how far away from that goal you are, and even after practicing for 5 hours you see that you've got a long way ahead of you. It's really easy to get overwhelmed with everything that you're missing, and there's definitely going to be points where you're not sure what you're doing wrong, and as you're trying to figure it out, and while you're not figuring it out, it's gonna seem really dark, and you forcing yourself to practice 2 to 3 hours, it's probably gonna be a lot. I imagine that a lot of you guys watching this, myself included, have other things that you have to do, because sim racing and IRL racing or whatever is not our job. It's something that we do on the side, and most likely you have a job or you're maybe studying in college, so you won't have a lot of time to practice, and that's okay. Trust me, you don't need all these hours that people are suggesting to reach the laps that you want to do. You can do it with much less time. For some of you it might take more time, for some others it might take way less time. It really depends on what driving level you're at. But you do need to remain consistent as much as possible. Yes, you will also have burnouts. That's most likely going to happen as well, because you're aiming really high and what you're trying to achieve is really difficult. It is difficult in a sense you have to start perfecting your driving inputs, but you definitely can do that. I know that right now you're probably begging that there's a trick that you don't know, and that's what's holding you back, but I might be a reality check right now. It was surely a shock for me as well when I first figured that out. There is nothing more than what there's already out there online for you to learn. And I'm talking about the really basic things. And that's it. I'd also say don't focus on setup at all. Focus on fixed setup races so you can compare yourself with the top guys without having any concerns that maybe your setup is slower than when the front runners are running. Those 2 seconds are purely from driving and purely from the very simple things such as trail braking, smooth steering, proper racing lines, and all the other basic things that you already know. Yes, those 2 seconds might seem like a lot, and they are, but you can do it. Don't doubt yourself. You can do this, but it'll take time. Don't worry if you don't have enough time, as other people suggest that you need to practice. You can do this with less time as long as you have a clear goal for what you want to achieve when you're practicing.